The quote, "I am in awe of people who have to deal with Alzheimer's disease because they have to deal with death 10 times over again, year after year," was said by Marsha Wallace while she was commenting on the impeccable number of people who suffer from Alzheimer's disease and the great deal of pain they go through that many people do not know about. Currently, there is no cure for Alzheimer's disease and the immense amount of pain that these people experience. Today, I would like to convince my audience to help find a cure for Alzheimer's disease. Although Alzheimer's disease is an important sickness that everyone should be concerned with, I have an even deeper reason for why I am an advocate for finding a cure for Alzheimer's disease. My grandfather, who I have been very close with all of my life, was recently diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease and put into a nursing home to be taken care of. Although his memory is deteriorating, he does still have some good days. He may forget my name every once in a while and become confused about what is going on during the day, but he is still the grandfather I've known my whole life and loved. Today, I would like to convince my audience to help find a cure for Alzheimer's disease so millions of other children will not have to see their grandparents suffer through this harmful illness. Currently, 5.1 million people suffer from Alzheimer's disease in the United States. My grandfather is one of those 5.1. While the population of the elderly in the United States is rising, the number of people with Alzheimer's disease is rapidly increasing, without a cure. Although Alzheimer's disease is not a normal part of aging, studies have been done to show that developing the illness increases with advanced age. These studies, conducted by the National Institute on Aging, show that the prevalence of Alzheimer's disease doubles every 5 years beyond age 65. Between 2010 and 2050, the average number of people over the age of 65 will double, creating 20% of the population in the United States. That means even more people will end up having Alzheimer's disease. Here, this graph shows from 2000 to 2050 with the number of total people with Alzheimer's disease in millions. In 2000, the number of people with Alzheimer's disease in millions was around 4 million. By 2050, studies have shown that doctors estimate that around 14 million people will be diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, and there will unlikely be a cure. If there was a cure for Alzheimer's disease that could be created now, there could possibly be a way to prevent the elderly from becoming ill with the disease. On average, Alzheimer's disease progresses from over 2 to 20 years. Once someone is diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, they are expected to live for 8 to 10 years. Most people with Alzheimer's disease end up becoming ill with other diseases and sicknesses as well. Many commonly die from pneumonia. Although it takes many years to find a cure for Alzheimer's disease, because it is such a complex disease, there must be some type of more extreme research that can be done to lead to a cure. Over those 2 to 20 years that Alzheimer's disease progresses in patients, there must be a way to help them overcome the disease instead of ending their lives so soon. Today, Alzheimer's disease is one of the top 10 leading causes of death in the United States. There must be a way to change that statistic. On the topic of research, the cause of Alzheimer's disease is still unknown. The research that has been conducted has shown that aging, genetic makeup, damage to neurons, head injuries, brain inflammation, and environmental factors could possibly cause Alzheimer's disease. Today, doctors can diagnose Alzheimer's disease with up to 90% accuracy, but it can only be confirmed by an autopsy where pathologists look for the disease's characteristics on the brain tissue. A look at complete medical history can help diagnose probable Alzheimer's disease. So, not only is there a cure for Alzheimer's disease, but there is no way to correctly diagnose someone with the disease until they have passed away. My grandfather and I were very close when I was younger. Although he is 83 years old now and has lived a long, fulfilling life, I do not want to see him go so soon. Alzheimer's disease is an illness that plagues not only millions of patients, but millions of more families and loved ones. Today, I would like to convince my audience to help keep those patients of Alzheimer's disease around. To donate to a fund that conducts research on Alzheimer's disease would be very helpful to find a new cure. Any kind of action toward finding a cure could help save millions of grandparents like my own. Marsha Wallace's quote not only expands on the hardships that patients with Alzheimer's disease go through, but if you take a deeper look into the quote, you can find that there's a reoccurring death that she speaks of takes a toll on the families of the patients as well. To end this reoccurring death, year after year, there needs to be a cure found for Alzheimer's. Thank you.